Happy Monday, happy Monday. Good evening and good afternoon to some. Like always, thank you for tuning in to KI Culture Radio. So, guys, as you walk in, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember, we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern Time. Like I said, thank you for tuning in to KI Culture Radio. Hakeem, Jordan, what's cracking like it? What's cracking like it? What is cracking like it?
Chilling was cracking, living the dream.
Hey man, feeling good, feeling great, man. It's Monday. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. We're gonna have some fun today. We definitely gonna have some fun. But other than that, let's go. Let's get it.
Oh yeah, like you said, it is Monday. So Jordan, what's going on in the sports world? Because I really want to know what's going on over there on your end.
Okay, let's talk about the U.S. basketball team versus South Sudan. And let me tell you, though, it was an exhibition game, so I think they got a couple more games so they, to the Olympics starts, and the Olympics starts next week. The Olympics starts next week, so I think they have one or two more exhibition games. But this exhibition game, it was down to the wire. So the U.S. and South Sudan, they was very, very close, and they beat South Sudan by 1 point. Now, as a U.S. basketball team, we're supposed to be very, very dominant because so much talent we have on our team. We got LeBron James, who sealed the deal. He had 23 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. The second leading scorer was Anthony Davis. He has 5 rebounds. Also, Joel Embiid had 14 points and 7 rebounds. Now, Joel Embiid a couple of days ago, he kind of called out LeBron James in a way of saying, "Hey, LeBron James not what he used to be, as we all know. He's going to be 40 years old in December." And Joel Embiid was kind of worried about how they'll be ready for the Olympics. As for the game that happened the other day with the South Sudan, which South Sudan, just came into the U.S. FIBA last year of the World Championships, and they just got qualified last year for the World Championship last year, and now they're a good team that they're gonna compete in the Olympics as well. So how the U.S. looks right now? They're not looking so dominant, and that's why people was like kind of talking about how can you beat Sudan just by 1 point? You got all the talent in the world on your team, but some of these international teams, they are very, very skilled. And it's going. Like I said, I still believe that U.S. can win gold, but to me, this is going to be very, very tough competition. And South Sudan showed them that, and when they hit to the Olympics, it's going to be super, super tough. So, Rodney, I'm going to go to you. Even though U.S. beat South Sudan, do you think the U.S. team is still dominant, still the more dominant team, and actually still can win gold to what your take is?
Yeah, of course. I think they can still win gold. Prime example, you had LeBron James who made that final winning shot. We brought the team over for the victory against Sudan. See, people keep forgetting when it comes to the international team, those guys just don't play for money. They play for food. They play for their family. We in the United States, we play for money. So that's the only difference between them and us. But however, we do have professional basketball players like LeBron James, Steph Curry, Joel Embiid, all those guys that's there that's ready to play into pretty much win the goal for us too, so we could be right back on top. So I think this one, especially with the exhibition game, it kind of showed that we kind of shaky in some areas, but I think there's gonna be many more improvement as we get closer and closer to getting the goal. And I think the U.S. gonna win the goal this year, and I'm happy because finally LeBron finally get his goal because he's been waiting for a very long time. Everybody say that will solidify his legacy if he has a gold medal. Go ahead, Akim.
So for me, there's always been a misconception that before US has always been top tier. But when you start opening up the gates to other different places, they're far more way better players. I think that we need to understand that now the opportunity of basketball, since the NBA had made their initiative to spread basketball all over the Africa. Now, people forget that they had an initiative a couple years ago. They always been over to Europe. So this just say that we're going to see a couple remarkable things coming in the next couple of years. You know what I mean? I was surprised to even hear South Sudan can even ball like that. I didn't know they could play ball. just like I didn't know the Slovakians could play ball. You know what I mean? Or Spain or any other of these places. But it's just imperative to learn that, hey man, people need to be um understanding what's coming down the pipeline.
Yeah, that's true. And it always goes about what the NBA wanted to do with their league. You know, back all the way down, all the way back to the time when Michael Jordan was playing the league with the Dream Team. You know, they wanted to globalize the game, which they have done that. And now we see from all the way to the 1992 with the Dream Team, also with the 2008 with Dean Team, and all the way to now the team we have right now, which people think is a dominant team. You know, and the NBA wanted to make it globalized from all parts of the country, from China, certain parts of Africa, as you see Sudan, France, and all sorts of European countries as well. And you can see in the last 10 years how you see a lot more international players are coming to the league. As you can see, our last few MVPs, Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic, who might win MVP next year. You got Giannis. You got really the top five players that you could name are really international players. And you can see how the NBA did a good job globalizing the game. And you can see how US almost lost to Sudan because there's a lot of international players that they can see and say, hey, if I know how to play basketball, I have a shot not just go to the NBA, also maybe go to college and play for the NBA, also play for the G League, get my skills up, and maybe, in the future I might get drafted and play in the NBA. So this, like I said, this Olympics is going to be tough for them. You got, like I said, Canada. I think they can still be Canada because they don't have the size, but Canada will be up there. France will be there. Germany and all other teams will be there. Also with Nikola Jokic, for his country, and Luka Doncic in his country as well. They will be. And the thing is, you guys, these international players, they've been playing together for a long time. With the U.S. team, they just started playing like a month or two ago because they have their separate teams. So these countries that they play for a long time, so they have that great chemistry of know how to play. And also the rules are just a little bit changed. The 3-point shot is a little bit shorter. There's no goaltending in the Olympic Games, and also there's no 3-second call for the defense as well. So the Olympic game rules is totally a little bit different for the NBA rules. So, and these players who's been playing with these the World Championship game rules, they know how to have the chemistry. They know how to work with each other. That's why you see what happened to South Sudan. That say, hey, it got a little close and everything. But end of the day, I still feel like U.S. can win. They got the talented team, and to me they're gonna bring in the goal. It's gonna be tough for them. They might lose a game. I think they might. They're not. I don't think they're going undefeated. They might lose a game, but at the end of the day, I still think they can win and go.
No, no, but shout out to Ashton Wim, the creator of the Shiesty Avengers, is in the building. Shout out to you, big dog. Shout out to Ken Dog, the mom father, is also in the building. Shout out to Mean Street, is in the building. Mean Street is here. Shout out to Jess Hit Me Out, who's also in the building. Shout out to them. Not only that, but shout out to those that are watching on Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. Thank you guys so much. Not only that, but make sure you follow Kick Kick and Twitch. I'll follow our family over there. Make sure you guys follow. So every time we go live, you won't not miss a live stream. So guys, follow. Not only that, but that being said, we get a lot of people shout out. Jordan, the money. You already know what's going on with the moolah.
Let's talk about the money, and we're gonna talk about the money that you guys will be spending, and that's auto insurance. So if you guys don't know, our car insurance have been on the surge, and it's been over. It went up from this year. It went up to 19% compared to last year. So you can see a little increase of auto insurance really going high, and especially in you live in major cities, you live like in Miami, LA, New York, Houston, which there's a lot of people, which there are people that love driving a lot of cars. You will see that your insurance might be higher than what you live in the suburbans or rural area and everything. So, like I said, if you got a car, especially a brand new car, especially if you're young, you're going to spend a lot of money. So there should be options out there. Maybe you could take other transportation, take a train, take a bus, take a Uber or a Lyft or something like that. Because if you got kids and they get teenagers get a license, that insurance is not going to be no joke, especially if you got some teenage kids. But other than that, Hakeem, play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Prices for car insurance increased over 19% compared to last year, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And nearly half of consumers are actively shopping around for a new plan, according to a J.D. Power study. To discuss how you might be able to save some cash, we've got Shannon Martin, bank rate analyst, here with us. Shannon, great to see you here. A lot of people looking to ease some of those costs, but what is the reality as of right now within this market for car insurance?
Right now, the reality is that people are struggling to make their car insurance payments. Things have gotten really expensive. You do want to do what you can to shop around and compare rates, but keep in mind you might not save as much now as you would have in the past few years.
What is the biggest input that's driving prices for car insurance higher right now? Is it wages? Is it getting the actual parts and equipment? Because there's a few things that are inputs into the overall expense basis for a lot of the servicing that needs to take place in the insurance business.
That's absolutely right. Right now, the cost of motor vehicle repair is about 45% higher now than it was before the pandemic. So that is a real significant driver in the cost of car insurance. You also have to look at extreme weather. There's just a lot of factors that happen. There was also a 10% increase in car crash fatalities that occurred in 2021. Now, the car crashes are still higher. Fatality rates are still higher now than they were before, but they have started to come down recently by a little over 3%.
You know, it's particularly interesting as we think about insurance claims, and you mentioned some of the events that are driving more of these claims to come through. Has there been a major delta or a major change in the approval process for claims and how much people are actually getting paid out?
What's really interesting is with the cost of parts and labor being so much higher, policyholders are now actually having their vehicles totaled at a sooner rate than they were before. So there's not necessarily a change in how claims are being paid, but because the value of the vehicle might fall below how much it costs to repair the vehicle now, you might not be able to keep your vehicle. It might end up being totaled, and you'll receive a claim check that you need to put towards purchasing a new vehicle.
How is insurance cost playing into the mindset of those who are trying to weigh the decision of whether or not to purchase an electric vehicle even?
Electric vehicles currently are still priced higher than your standard vehicle. So that is something that most drivers and policyholders should keep in mind. My best advice for anyone who's even thinking about purchasing a car is start with your insurance budget first. Get full VIN numbers from different dealerships, get quotes from agents so that you know what car falls within your insurance budget before you head down to the dealership.
In terms of the data that is taken in by so many vehicles, electric or standard combustion engine vehicles, or internal combustion engine vehicles, I should say, there's more data than ever before because of the technology that's integrated into vehicles. How can drivers also make sure that they're leveraging that data to get better rates on their insurance?
All of us are still fairly nervous about how much data insurance companies collect from our driving habits. Many drivers are looking into taking advantage of telematic discounts, but they do collect data on not only necessarily where you're driving, but what time of night that you're driving, your brake patterns. So I would speak with your agent, make sure you're comfortable with the level of data they're acquiring. And some people are also looking at low mileage plans where if you're driving less than 4,000 miles a year, you might save money because you aren't driving too much, but those insurance companies are collecting that data as well.
It's a big week for tech earnings as two of the Mag 7 names, Tesla and Alphabet, are set to report quarterly results. Now, these results come as...
So yeah, man, car insurance is on the rise. It's just part of inflation. It's not no joke. It's definitely not no joke. So go ahead, Hakeem. What's your take on what the car insurance, getting so expensive?
So we all have gotten car insurance here. So everybody, I recently have spoke to a car insurance person. So this is kind of ironic about this. So she mentioned to me that due to inflation, the rates are higher. And also there's other factors that play into effect, your age, the accidents you have, where you live. These also play a big factor. You live in a place that doesn't have many accidents, it'll be lower. But regardless of that, there still is a higher percentage you're going to pay for car insurance due to just how Inflation is killing us right now. So, and most of the time, you got to think about the type of car you got too. So, to try to hedge against inflation, we all know buying an older car means it's less to insure. You drive a newer car, it's going to be more to insure. If you're riding around in that new Tesla, it's going to cost you four, five, six, $800 every 6 months. So we just got to be aware financially on how we spend our money.
I totally agree. And I think one of the issue we have in today's society is people want to be like the Joneses, but don't can't able to maintain like the Joneses. And that's what the problem we are facing in today's America, with, especially with car insurance on the rise, and it seems like it's not slowing down even during this inflation. Prime example, my car insurance went up by about 12%, and because my car is mostly considered like a fancy high end type vehicle, so that's the reason why it's high. Not only that, but plus the area that I'm staying in. So Hakeem, you made a great point talking about the area you stay in. Now, if you stay in an area where there is not that many car accidents, your rate will go down significantly. But then if you stay in an area that is a lot of car accidents, like the area I'm staying in, it jumps it up. And I remember, and not only that, but also you could talk to your car insurance agent. They can also tell you there's also plans where they could try to bring down your rate for you if you got add like another additional car or your house or anything that could probably benefit pretty much you when you keep your stuff insured. But the car payment is on the rise, and that's why I say it's sad to see that people still is trying to buy new cars. And I'm like, you can't even afford it based on these cars. You're like, I think I talked to one guy who actually did buy like a newest car. He told me his car insurance was close to $1,000. Hakeem
Oh
and
wow!
Jordan, and I was like, because of the type of car, because he had a BMW, the newer version of the BMW. Something for people to really think about. Shout out to Jordan Hurtem is also in the building. Go ahead, Jordan.
Hey, I'm a big fan of taking other transportations if you cannot afford a car, especially live in big cities. If you're in New York, you know you definitely got the subway. You don't need a car with that. If you're here in, if you live in LA, traffic here is crazy. I best believe you. There's sometimes when if there's a certain situation I can go with my car, but I find out there's a train can get there quicker than a car can. I am a big advocate of using other transportation. It don't make you look poor. It don't make you look anything. It just make you look smart about your money. You take a bus. You could take a Uber. If you're on a membership, you get like an additional 10 or 50% off. Learn the ways how to save your money. We know that car insurance is on the rise and everything. So I'm not saying you don't have to get a car or or put drive it everywhere. But when it comes to circumstances with car insurance and everything, gas and everything, all inflation is going up. There is nothing wrong to take public transportation. That's why it's there for. You can get a plan, you get a bus card. They might have a deal for you, get a discount and everything. There is anything, nothing wrong. If you need to save your money and you feel like you go on your Google Maps and everything, feel like our transportation could get you maybe a little bit quicker, and also maybe save you a little bit more money than having a car and having a car insurance, or having saving enough money so you can pay at least pay for your car insurance or pay for a car note. Personally for me, I have an older car. I'm not paying any car note on that. I'm happy about that. Gas is really not kidding me. I could fill up $60 into the gallon, and car insurance is low on my car and everything, so I'm lucky on that. But I'll say this again: if you need to save your money, if you can't afford insurance, public transportation is the key. You can save money. Period. My bad.
Bless you. No, that was saying. That being said, I think people do your research when it comes to the aspect of car insurance, and not that when it comes to the aspect of purchasing a car. A lot of people right now are doing videos when it comes to the aspect of car insurance and purchasing a car at the same time. People are complaining, especially when it comes to the aspect of YouTube. That being said, hip hop. Jordan, what's going on in the hip hop world?
Well, we ain't talked about this man in a long, long time, but we're gonna talk about Blueface baby. Blueface. So a couple of days ago, Blueface was granted probation again for his Las Vegas shooting case that happened last year. Um, The judge granted probation for up to 3 years while suspending a 2 to 5 year prison sentence for Blueface. This means the rapper does not have to serve time in prison if he comply. If he complies with the conditions of his probations. The judge also sentenced Blueface to 30 days in jail, but gave him time to serve as still remains behind bars for a separate probation violation in California. The ruling comes after the judge issued a bench warrant for Blueface back in February. The warrant claimed that Blueface had violated the terms of his probation after a viral cell phone footage appeared to show Blueface pulling a woman on stage in Salt Lake City. See. The rapper probation violation came after Blueface was granted a suspended sentence of 2 to 5 years in October of 2023 of last year, involving into a 2022 Las Vegas shooting that he committed back in 2022. So he, like I said, he has been granted probation in Las Vegas, and then he still got a case back in California. So he will be leaving. I believe he will be leaving the jail in Las Vegas, but still be serving time in California. I do have a clip. How can you play? I think it's like a 30-minute clip, and after that we'll chop it up.
Shout out to the lovely Sherry Bryan. Shout out to the lovely Sherry Bryan for being in the building, and also shout out to Nightish, also in the building. Great to see you guys. Go ahead, Hakeem.
Judge granting probation again for a rapper who had already been given probation for shooting a man outside of a strip club. This is Jonathan Porter, also known as Blueface, now has up to 3 years probation, and the judge suspended a 2 to 5 year prison sentence. Porter, though, is in jail in California right now, accused of violating his parole there. He's accused of assault in that state.
Yeah, so it looks like Blueface, baby, he took care of his Las Vegas stuff, and now he's in probation. I mean, he's in jail in California, and likely he might, if he could get that, his lawyers, he might get out a little bit early, maybe this year, but we'll see. So go ahead, Ronnie. What's your take with Blueface?
In the aspect of Blueface, remember he wanted to live that lifestyle of being a gangster and being someone that's not be able to be touched. Now he's being touched. He's being touched with what he always normally get. He always get probation, and now getting probation in Las Vegas. Now he got to go over there in California and serve some more time over there as well. So things not really looking good for Blueface. But I think at the end of the day, I think he really don't care. He always grew up being someone that's always been rugged, didn't really care too much about society and want to do what he want to do and don't pretty much reap the benefit of consequences. But now I think now he's seeing that that everything he did now is coming back to haunt him. I think he really wanna reevaluate his living condition and want to change his certain lifestyle because if Blueface continue going down this route, I see him doing life in prison without the possibility of parole. Go ahead, Akeem.
Yeah, so I've watched Adam and Wack, the podcast, and Wack had kind of alluded to some things of him getting Blueface out, and what I mean, they're spending upwards to $1 million on lawyers. So when Wack said that on the podcast, I had a feeling that he'll be out soon. You know what I'm trying to say? When you have money in America, man, a lot of things can get handled. But there's certain factors that kind of wasn't Blueface favor. Nobody had died. Um, Plus, you know what I mean. Plus, he's a rapper, and he has and they got lawyer money for days. So let's just hope he'll be able to clean his act up right now and get back to the business and get back to his kids. Now, I'm gonna say this. I've got to give the man the credit. When it comes to him being a father, he is A1. I'm not going to take that away from him. The way he does his oldest son and the way he is with his kids, I know y'all might not like him with the whole gang lifestyle and stuff like that, but as him being a father and making sure his kids are straight, he is A1 on that. I pray that he get his act together.
I agree.
I agree with both of you guys. I hope he gets his act together too. Hopefully when he comes out, he does. I mean, I don't think he doesn't really rap no more, but he might have another deal with Zeus Network and everything, and also with Krishan Rock. I think he's still serving time, and like I said, hopefully we will update you guys Crenshaw Rock when she re-released as well. Because I know when they both will be released, they'll definitely have a deal with Zeus, and they can definitely make their money up again. But yeah, man, I just hope I agree with you, both of you guys, that hopefully Blueface to get his act together and just make money and stop deal with the BS. Because that BS will put you back in jail or put you back in prison again. So let's just hope for a good cleanup for Blueface and Chris Rock, and he can be there for his kids.
And that being said, guys, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that notification bell, because right now we're getting ready to deep dive to different variety of topics, trending topics, hot topics. You already know over the weekend it was crazy. Jordan, do your thing.
It was crazy yesterday. Did not expect it, but what we talked about. So remember Friday, you guys, there was a tweet that Joe Biden he was staying front. He was gonna stay strong. He was gonna stay in office. He said, I got this. That's not what happened on Sunday. Sunday, he came out with a letter. Hakeem, put that letter up, please. I'm gonna read the letter. I'm gonna read the letter. Hakeem's gonna put up the letter, and we're gonna read the letter because you guys should know Joe Biden. He said, "I am dropping down as a presidential candidate of the United States of America." And the letter reads as it states: "My fellow Americans, over the past 3.5 years, we have made great progress as a nation. Today, America has the strongest economy in the world. We made historic investments in rebuilding our nation, in lowering prescription drug costs for seniors, and expanding affordable health care to a record number of Americans. We provided critical need care to millions of veterans exposed to toxic substance, passed the first gun law in 30 years, appointed the first African American woman to the Supreme Court, and passed the most significant climate legislation in the history of the world. America has never been better positioned to lead than we are today. And I know of this could haven't been done without you, the American people. Together, we will overcome a once in a century pandemic and the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. We protected and preserve our democracy, and we will revise and strengthen our alliance around the world. It has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president. And while it has been my intimate to seek re-election, I believe it's the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely in fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term. I will speak to the nations later this week in more details about my decision. For now, let me express my deepest gratitude to all these who have worked so hard to see me reelected. I want to thank Vice President Kamala Harris for being an extraordinary partner in all this work. And let me express my heartfelt appreciation to the American people for the faith and that trust you have placed into me. I believe today that I believe today what I always have, that there is nothing America can't do, and what we will do it together. We just have to remember we are the United States of America. Signed by Joe Biden. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So go ahead. I can't play the CNN clip. We're gonna we gonna deep dive in that. I'll let you know when to stop, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Shout out to Jesse me out for the $5 super chat. Hakeem, can you read that, please? $5 super chat, guys.
Well,
As you can see, we are now KR Culture Radio is non monetized. Go ahead, Hakeem. The $5
Kamala
super chat. Go
Harris
ahead.
is going to give us what it can be, an unburdened by what has been.
Shout out to Jesse me out for the $5 super chat. Go ahead, Hakeem. Play the clip.
You said the CNN? Hold on. One minute, hold on, 1 minute. Hold on. All right, I got it right now.
Mhm.
Biden has just announced that he is dropping out of the 2024 presidential race. In a stunning letter that was just released moments ago by his campaign on X, formerly known as Twitter, Biden wrote, quote, that it has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president, and while it has been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term. He goes on to say that he will speak to the nation later this week in more detail about his decision. Just a stunning announcement from President Joe Biden that he intends to step down as a candidate in the 2024 election. I want to go straight to CNN White House correspondent Priscilla Alvarez, who was traveling with President Biden in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Priscilla, what are you learning?
Alex, this is a remarkable development, and it comes after a morning in which we heard more calls for the president to step down from members of his party, including, for example, Senator Joe Manchin. Now, the president in this letter released only moments ago walks through his accomplishments as president. And also, if I can read you this part, it says, "It has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president." He goes on to say, while it has been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term. He goes on to say he plans to speak to the nation later this week. He also thanks Vice President Kamala Harris for, quote, being an extraordinary partner in all of this work. Now, of course, Alex, this comes after that disastrous debate performance by the president in late June. It was after that that stoked so much anxiety and panic within the Democratic Party and led to a wave of calls over recent weeks for the president to step aside, to withdraw from this race. And this was something that, despite the president getting back on the campaign trail, despite private conversations with multiple lawmakers, and despite a campaign that up until this point had been maintained even just yesterday that he was in this race, it appears that we hit that breaking point. Now, of course, the president has been at his residence here in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. He has been self-isolating because he was diagnosed with COVID earlier in the week. It was that diagnosis that pulled him off of the campaign trail at a pivotal moment. He was in Nevada. He was shoring up support with Black and Latino voters. And it was before one of his last events that he got that positive COVID diagnosis and had to be blitzed back here to the East Coast, to Delaware, where he has since been self-isolating. It has been during that time that he's also been deliberating. He is with his closest advisors and his inner circle in what has been a challenging and at times frustrating time for this campaign. Now, we should also note, Alex, that earlier today on the airwaves, the president's allies were saying that he was in it to win it. Again, this was the resounding message that we were getting from the campaign time and time again. But this letter tells us that the president, upon self-reflection, upon all of the calls from Democratic lawmakers, allies, and donors for him to step aside, has listened to those calls and has decided to not seek re-election in what we really just cannot overstate how remarkable a moment this is. We are on the cusp of the Democratic National Convention. There have been ongoing calls to get that process underway for that virtual roll call. And now so many open-ended questions as to what happens next. We should note Vice President Kamala Harris was at a fundraiser in Massachusetts yesterday, where she too was focused on the vice presidential nominee for the Republicans, J.D. Vance. She was trying to gin up those donor dollars amid some donors deciding not to give money because of all the questions of this campaign. Of course, we'll keep eyes on her. She is in Washington, D.C. today. Many questions moving forward. But one thing has been answered, Alex, and that is that the president will not seek re-election after what has been multiple Democratic lawmakers and allies coming forward to say it was time for him to withdraw. Alex.
Yeah, Priscilla, this was announced by President Biden in a letter from the president addressed to my fellow Americans just 14 minutes ago on his X profile. It's not long. It's just one page. You mentioned Vice President Kamala Harris. He says in the second to last graph that he wants to thank Vice President Kamala Harris for being an extraordinary partner in all of this work. and let me express my heartfelt appreciation to the American people for the faith and trust you have placed in me. Priscilla, you mentioned all the questions. Of course, one of the biggest is going to be, does this automatically mean that Vice President Kamala Harris becomes the nominee of the Democratic Party? Will there be a bit more of a competition to figure out who will be the nominee? Will President Biden endorse his vice president as that nominee? But I just want to get back to this question, Priscilla, of timing. Of course, we have seen the pressure growing from within the Democratic Party. We've seen a growing number, 36 or so Democrats coming forward publicly, lawmakers, to say that they don't believe that President Biden should be running. One of the latest is Senator Joe Manchin. He, of course, is an independent now. He's a longtime Democrat, close to the president. But it was not clear that Biden was going to be making this decision, and it certainly was not clear that he was going to be doing so today. So as of 15 minutes ago, Priscilla, where were we? And how does that make what we now know, this announcement now from President Biden, all the more shocking?
Where we were was that the campaign, his allies, had said he was staying in this race. That is what we were hearing over the course of the morning, including from his campaign co-chairs. But Alex, what everyone told us, what multiple sources told CNN is that this was ultimately the president's decision to make, that he was going to sit with this, that he was going to have those private conversations, including with his family, some of the most pivotal people influential people in his life and pivotal moments. And it was going to be ultimately his decision to make. And that is what I think this letter captures in this moment, is that after that self-reflection, he decided it was not, it didn't make any more sense for him to stick it out and do this re-election. Now, I will say, because you mentioned Vice President Kamala Harris, I had been talking to sources over the last several weeks, and what they all told me is that there was no daylight between the vice president and the president, that she was fiercely behind him, and that she was continuing this campaign as the Biden-Harris ticket. Recall that one of the first things that she said on CNN after that debate performance was that the president should be judged based off his record and not those 90 minutes. And it was that that statement that was later used by many of the president's allies, including the first lady. And so this was the reality for her inner circle as well, was to stay with the president, stay in line with him, and not to flirt with any of the replacement theories that she would be the lead of the party's ticket. Now, of course, this doesn't answer the question as to what happens next, but I do think it's important to know that the vice president, certainly up until this point, has fiercely been behind the president. Now, as far as Democratic lawmakers had some of them had started to gain some consensus about the vice president becoming the nominee if President Joe Biden were to step aside, because of internal polling that suggested that she would fare well against former President Donald Trump, and also because in terms of the process, it might be easiest because she is already part of this campaign apparatus. So the Democratic lawmakers, as much as they were calling out publicly for the president to drop out, were quietly also trying to sort out what this process would look like, and again, starting to mobilize behind the vice president. But again, it was unclear if the president was going.
So I would say it was a surprise to me that he stepped down. I was surprised that it happened on a Sunday and that letter came out and it was breaking news. So Joe Biden is finally stepping down as going to be the presidential run for 2024 election. Wow. Hakeem, man, what is your take, man? I definitely want to hear from you. What is your take?
We covered this many shows before. We alluded to the fact that Kamala Harris was going to be the front runner. This was all a plan. And a lot of it was conspiracy theories. A lot of us seen he was deteriorating in public. The debate was horrible. It was a travesty as far as for the Democratic Party. to see him go out there and make a fool of himself. He wasn't able to galvanize different communities to put. So they think Kamala is going to be the front runner. We don't know who she's her vice president, but I tell you this today. I see political analysts talking what they're talking. They're not going. You say I'm surprised by him stepping down. Yeah, you know what I mean. I knew he was going to go, but I didn't think Kamala Harris was going to be. Me, I think Jordan. I think you mentioned we were starting Gavin Newsom was going to be nominated. I would have thought him.
I'm thinking he might. I was telling my wife this too. That I'm thinking that he might be. If he might go for vice presidency. That's to me. That's my number one option. That he might
Yeah,
go for presidency. Go ahead.
it makes a little bit sense for that. But for me, possibly, we already knew it was heading to her.
Yeah, now that, but shout out to Ronnie Ron for the $5 super chat. He said, shout out to KI Culture Radio. You know, of course, that's me. Really do greatly appreciate that. You know, guys, come over here, support the platform. We really do greatly appreciate it. Now we have the super chat up and running. So now it's all about business. Shout out to the lovely Bobby Brown, who's also in the building. We really do greatly appreciate you guys always coming through and showing some love. And also shout out to Fresh Sound and Urban Noise also in the building as well. So I already it was already been a rumor since last I think it was on Friday. It was like I think Newsmax. It was reported that Joe Biden was going to step down. That was a rumor because he said he had an inside source. I forgot the anchor's name. He said he had an inside source stating that Joe Biden was going to step down. Then when he stepped down, when he actually did step down, I wasn't surprised by it because they said it was already rumor. Plus, you already see when it comes to the Democratic Party, they didn't really support Biden 100% after that terrible debate he had against Donald J. Trump. They knew that he's not capable of winning any election. That he need to go sit down, go to somewhere in Miami, be on a yacht, and enjoy the rest of his life because Joe Biden's pretty much done. Now, for them to nominate Kamala Harris, I was actually shocked by that as well because she did nothing under Joe Biden. She did nothing. And one time when she actually ran the country when Joe Biden was out, I think sick, she still didn't do anything. So it's just a prime example that they want this person to run the country. It's very laughable. So I think at the end of the day, I think with this upcoming debate between her and Donald J. Trump, he's going to destroy her, and then she's going to be another one that be like, she probably going to say, you know what, I'm gonna drop out too. And then Newsom, Jordan, your governor might say, you know what, I'm gonna run for it. Like these guys are just dropping out by flies because they know that the Democratic Party's all over the place. They starting to ramble right before our eyes. And it's just finally good to see because I got been tired and sick of the Democratic Party a long time ago. So it's good to see the demise of the Democratic Party. I'm not Republican either, but I just see that it's corruption. It's corruption on our areas, but mostly in the Democratic Party. Them guys are it's just corrupt all over the place. Shout out to the lovely Stephanie Watkins also in the building as well. Go ahead, Jordan.
First of all, I want to thank Joe Biden to finally have the sense to say, hey, I can't do this. My health is not in order. I will step down for this election. And he will, like I said, he will continue his term for his first term of his presidency, and his term will end, I believe, in February. For Joe Biden to step down, I think it was the right move. He did a terrible job. His health was deteriorating. I want to know where Shiesty Bum is at because he said I was gossip. But I can't wait for her to come in and tell her, I told you so, Shiesty Bum. I told you so. I told you so. But anyway, yes, Joe Biden, yes. I'm glad that he stepped down. Now, it just shows like, the Democrats, I agree with Ron, they are all over the place. They don't know what to do because the election is about 3 or 4 months away. 3 or 4 months away. So, and shout out to Just Hear Me Out. Just Hear Me Out said, well, since the leaks are out, we're right about Biden stepping down. Rumors on Saturday were that Whitner and Newsom already told Harris they would not accept the offer. Okay. We'll see about that. We'll see. But yeah. I want to thank Joe Biden for stepping down because that like I said, when we covered that out in the debate, it was horrible. It was terrible. And then we showed clips about, he was up in a different country talking about calling Vice President Kamala Harris as Donald Trump, and also calling the president of Ukraine, Putin, and everything. He is all over the place. And I also mentioned you guys too that Barack Obama was worried about Joe Biden, his mental health, and everything. So, like I said, we all pushed a shot. I was just kind of a little surprised it happened on the weekend, on Sunday, and like I said, it hit news everywhere. And so it just showed with the Democrats, they don't know what to do. And remember, guys, and also, you know, a lot of people have endorsed Kamala Harris, which we're going to go into that topic a little bit later. But the thing is, she still has to be nominated to be to run against Donald Trump. So I just want to say, you guys there, she still has to be nominated to go against Trump to be the president of the United States. But there are some celebrities who have their things about it. So Cardi B, she has some words about, you know, about Joe Biden stepping down. Hakeem, can you please play her clip about her talk about what she called it?
All right, you want to play? Because I know, Ron, you gave me something to play. You want to play that or what?
No, I think yeah, 'cause I think just sent me out wanted to play the first minute of it, but you go do the Carly B first,
You
and
do
we'll play
both.
that right after.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know? What can be unburdened by what has been. 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 What we can see, what we believe can be unburdened by what has been. What 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 can be unburdened by what has been. Who we can be unburdened by who we have been. What can be unburdened by what has been. Where we can be unburdened by where we have been and unburdened by where we are right now. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What could be unburdened by what has
my wig. Don't talk about my wig. Don't talk about my wig. Damn, I need to call my... You got Lavami's number? Fuck, I need to get my thing from downstairs. Where's my fucking followers at? I want to say one fucking things to you motherfuckers. I want to talk about this. Where's my followers? It's 3 a.m. over here. It's 6 a.m. and where the fuck the Eastern shit. I want to say this though, right? Y'all know I'm not voting and I got my reasons why I'm not going to vote. But I do have some of my opinions, right? I feel like it was very selfish of Biden or the whole Democrat party association, whatever the fuck they got going on. I feel like it's very selfish that they allow Biden. Don't talk about my wig. Don't talk about continue to run for president. I feel like they should have passed the torch to Kamala. Like this was the perfect moment for her. Like it's like right now I don't feel like we have strong candidates. We don't have strong candidates. I feel like this would have been her perfect time to shine. We already know that she's sharp with the fucking mouth. We already know that whatever value that Biden wants, she's practically the same value. So I feel like it was a little bit selfish to not make that choice to give her this moment to run for presidency. Now, she most likely going to run for presidency in 4 years or in 8 more years. And it's going to be a little bit tougher for her. So it's like, not only is it going to be a little bit tougher for her to run for president, but it's also, again, it's going to be a little bit tougher for a black woman to run for president. So it's like, this was the perfect to continue moment, the perfect chance. Like Joe Biden, like it's like, I personally just feel like he should just enjoy his life right now with his children, with his grandkids. You already made a legacy. You already became president. You did something that you always wanted to do, and that's become president. You ain't have to run for a second term. This should have been the perfect moment to give it to Kamala. And it's like, it's right now, like this, I don't know, like even like with the whole debate and everything going on, I am so like not, it's like, oh my gosh, like why they just didn't just, somebody said Kamala wouldn't win unless she switched up hard. Look at the actually I think so, because let's be real, right? America moment, the perfect chance. America is a big reality TV show. America is a reality TV show, and it's like I feel like it would have been so controversial for Joe Biden to step down and Kamala just take over. People would have loved it. I mean, like look at the fucking debate. That shit was like a Love and Hip Hop show. Like it was just a Love and Hip Hop like reunion. So it's like imagine she would have watched Trump. She shared the same values Joe Biden was gonna do. Everything they did this past 4 years is already setting up for the next 4 terms. So I don't know, it's just a little selfish for the whole Democrat Party to not give her this moment, because she might not ever get this moment again. America is a big. That's all I'm saying. What you fuck is this saying? Somebody saying Kamala's a no. Kamala's a no. Okay, and Biden is a yes. They share the same values. They share the same fucking values. They share the same fucking everything. Like, should have just gave her this moment for her. It's almost like, okay, like, it's almost like she would have continued what Biden is doing, so it wouldn't really make a change, but it's still like, bro, I don't know, like, Biden right now is really moving like my pappy. Like, my pappy is only, well, you know what? I think there is a big difference between 80 and 88, because my granddaddy 88. But it's like, come on, you're in your 80s. And I don't think he's healthy for being 80 years old, because Patti LaBelle just turned 80 years old, and honey, she could sit me the fuck down. Okay? Patti LaBelle is 80 years old, and she could sit me the fuck down. But you could see the difference between Patti LaBelle and Joe Biden. They're not the same type of 80 years old. They're not the same type of 80 years old. Like, come on now. So I just don't feel like he's all the way healthy. And I feel like, bro, you already built your legacy. You already became president. You already said, it's just selfish. It's selfish of them not to have Kamala as president. And she knows she wants that fucking seat. She'll be fucking lying. She'll be like, no, I'm okay being a vice president. Bitch, you know you want to be the president. You should have backdoor Biden. That's what you should have done. Bitch, you should have backdoor Biden. Fuck these white niggas. This was your moment, bitch. Them niggas robbed you out your fucking moment.
We should have got the clean. We should have got the clean version.
You should have been there debating Trump. This
Yeah,
should
you
be
can
your
stop
moment,
acting.
Kamala. And you know it.
It's too much.
You wanna be
That
the
young gonna
fucking
put us in the
president.
red. But don't worry, I'll fix it.
You know in the next 4 years it's gonna be hard for you to
So
She
that
gonna
was
fire him off. Go ahead.
that was some Cardi B side of the story, but I do want to get from Amanda Seal. Play this, and she made a great question, and we're gonna talk about this. So, Amanda Seal was like, she said like, when it comes to Kamala Harris, the first question that she would ask her is this a racist country? Which I think that was a genuine question come from Amanda Seal. So go ahead, can you play the Amanda Seal clip, and after that we'll chop it up on that.
Question to Kamala Harris would be, is this a racist country? That's my first question. It doesn't make sense for them to put Jasmine Crockett on a ticket. Why ask that question? Because it is the root of all evil in this country. And if you are coming into this position and you want to do something different and you want to be the antithesis of these other, then you need to already address the antithesis, because they are loudly saying not only is this country racist, it should be racist. Project 2025's ultimate ethos is that the country is weakened by equality. And that's not just by race, that's by gender. That is their ultimate ethos. So someone said that they want Michelle because of her proximity to her husband. What are her husband? My first question to Kamala Harris would be, is this a racist country? That's my first question. It doesn't make sense.
So I'm gonna pass to you, Ronnie. Do you feel like Amanda Seal, her question should be a legitimate question if somebody would ask her, Kamala Harris, is the United States a racist country?
Now, shout out to Jesse hit me out. He had a $2 super chat. I'm trying to find it. What did it say? Can you see the $2 super chat?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna bring it up.
Well, I think what he say something about Carly B. I just want to make sure we read that. Yeah, shout out to you guys. Shout out to Killer Swag. Shout out to Jabari. Also, Jabbar that's also in the building. Shout out to you guys for being here. The $2 super chat. Go ahead, Kim. You can read that. Go ahead.
You said I'm shocked. I'm shocked I am Cardi B isn't on a TV panel. Let's go.
Now that, but also shout out to Y High. Yeah, Carly B do got a foul mouth. I didn't know it was that foul. We wouldn't play that clip. That clip was like too foul. But at the same time, the aspect of the United States being racist, that's an ongoing debate. We've been having debate about that for centuries. People continue to say United States racist. Some people say it's not. Some black folks say it is. Some black folks say it's not. But at the end of the day, if they're allowing a black female president to pretty much be president, can the United States be really truly racist? So you got to put all that two together. So at the end of the day, United States, they're gonna run the country how they always want to run it. But there's been an ongoing debate for centuries. And my thing is, if you ask me on a personal level, if the United States racist, yeah, part of it is, and part of it isn't. At the same time, it still gives us opportunity to still win and still able to capitalize. Go ahead, Akeem.
So I'm gonna try to be quick, but there's some points I want to put out. First, the most disgusting thing that I hear is for a lot of people to call her a black female. That's disgusting.
Thank you, Hakeem.
Yeah, that is disgusting. And you know what I mean? In Jordan, Stephanie Watkins, Sherry Bryant, a lot of y'all who are African American should be insulted by it. First, her father's from the island of Jamaica, if I'm not mistaken, right? Her mother's Indian.
Yeah.
And if not mistaken, she was born in Canada or something like that, or raised in Canada.
Yeah.
So I don't know how she identifies with anything dealing with African American. Okay, that's my first point. Second is Democrats have always used race as they weaponized race to try to galvanize. I'm not trying to trigger you, Stephanie Watkins. I'm just telling the truth. I'm just speaking my opinion. If you want to, I'll give you grace. If you want to come up here, you can speak. You know I love the hell out of you. I'm just giving you my opinion. Secondly is, listening. That question has been asked since I've been as far as I can remember as a little boy. If we don't know what this country is, I don't know what to tell you. Okay. Race is always going to be weaponized to try to galvanize support for the Democrats. And I understand that this is a conversation that we need to have. We've been having it for so long. I don't know when we're going to start having it. Now, I don't care about Kamala Harris' moment. Inflation is up, bills is high. What are her policies? What policies is she going to identify for men, for white men, for black men, for Asian men, for Hispanic men? We know she's going to have policies that's going to identify for women. Let's get that straight. We already see what she's going to lean to. And we also know she's going to have policies to identify for Indians. She's an Indian person. She's half Indian. Her mother raised her. No point. I don't have no quarrels with that. If you think we care about her moment and she doesn't have a bipartisan policy that's going to benefit everybody as a whole, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if we're trying to have this conversation. A lot of y'all can get triggered. A lot of y'all can get upset. Go look at the comments under Cardi B's post and see how many people in there who said they're voting for who you think they're going to vote for. A lot of people do not care about the race. We want to see what you're going to do to bring the country together and what's going to benefit men and women. We all get so emotional and want to, yes, there's going to be police shootings. Yes, there's inequality. This is America. There's inequality every country you go to. Russia, China, even Europe. Europe has some of the UK has one of the biggest welfare systems. Statistically, you might see a few brothers in the States, but there's a lot of inequality in life. Go ahead.
Good point, King. When it comes to race in our country, is there racism in my country? Absolutely. Have I experienced racism? Yes. I experienced here in California. I experienced a little bit here in Florida, and I experienced in Michigan. And I'm not, to me, but the thing is with that, I'm not gonna cry about it and say, hey, racism is not gonna stop me what I need to do as a Black American. It's not gonna stop that. I want to know what can we do to better our community when it comes to the election. I want to know what can these candidates do for our Black community. If they can't do nothing for our Black community, I'm not voting for them. And I'm gonna stand on that. And to me, when it comes to like economy and everything, with Trump and everything, Kamala, we don't know. She just started nominating everything. But when it comes to Black men, I don't know what the hell she's gonna do to get Black men to vote, because the stuff that she's done here in California against Black men, she gonna have to really pander to Black men. Really pander to Black men to see if they get the vote. And especially she's the vice president right now, she need to do something immediately to get to turn our mind to see if we could turn our mind of even thinking again of a Black man getting a vote for her. He'll point blank period on that. But when it comes to politics, stuff like this, I know some of our Black people get super duper emotional, especially around this time. I saw a lot of comments on social Instagram. I even saw some of my family members in the chat once Joe Biden went down. It was like, oh Lord, praise to God, please God help America. And my thing is like we shouldn't be thinking like that. We should be thinking what they can do for us, policy-wise, or if you like to say when it comes to economic-wise, who could do better the economy for the United States of America, and all those type of things as well. But going back to Amanda Seales, is it a racist country? Yes, but the thing is, it's like I'm not going to scream, holler, shatter. It's like I said, racism is not going to stop me. It's not. I don't care if it's racist, cool, but it's not going to stop me from doing what I need to do, and all that sort of thing. Hakeem, I do want to play. If you had the clip of Kamala Harris, she actually come out, make her first appearance, and then it's the ABC News on YouTube. I want you to start at the 22.32 seconds, and then after that, I want to get into the depth of what we think about Kamala Harris running for president, and what we think she would do if she were president. So it's the ABC YouTube one, and then she comes out at the 22-minute 32-second mark, and then she'll have her remarks.
All right.
They're starting to come down. What's that? Delmar 77. They're starting to turn. Cause you see a lot of people
They starting to come down.
It's just like I know some. It's just to me. I know it's really. It's just like to me. It's really my elders who really get emotional. Who's riding down with the Democrats. But the thing is, when it comes to our generation, our Lord generation, hopefully we'll return that time. We won't be so emotional. We'll focus on the policy or what
States. Kamala Harris.
Greetings, everyone. Greetings. And Linda, I want to thank you for all you do to support these extraordinary student athletes. And it is good to be here with so many leaders, including, of course, members of Congress, members of our administration, and our extraordinary athletes. Our president, Joe Biden, wanted to be here today. He is feeling much better and recovering fast, and he looks forward to getting back on the road. And I wanted to say a few words about our president. Joe Biden's legacy of accomplishment over the past 3 years is unmatched in modern history. In one term, he has already, yes, you may clap. In one term, he has already surpassed the legacy of most presidents who have served 2 terms in office. And I first came to know President Biden through his son, Beau. We worked together as attorneys general in our states, and back then, Beau would often tell me stories about his dad. He would talk about the kind of father and the kind of man that Joe Biden is. The qualities that Beau revered in his father are the same qualities that I have seen every day in our president. His honesty, his integrity, his commitment to his faith and his family, his big heart, and his love, deep love of our country. And I am firsthand witness that every day our President Joe Biden fights for the American people, and we are deeply, deeply grateful for his service to our nation. And so with that, on behalf of our President and Dr. Biden, I am honored to welcome all of you to the White House to celebrate the achievements of these great athletes. Every one of them is a national champion, a national champion. In America, tens of millions of people play a sport as a child, and the best of the best grow up to become national champions. Here today, we have 7 undefeated teams, 11 repeat champions, and 20 first-time winners. Some of you have represented our nation on the international stage in World Cups and World Championships. And later this month, 6 of you will represent our nation at the 2024 Olympics in Paris. As members of Team USA, you are ambassadors for our nation, and with pride, we will cheer you on. And we look forward to congratulating you when you bring home the gold. So to all of our athletes, I know it was not easy to make it to this moment. Each of you has faced challenges and obstacles, and you have endured. You have fought back and fought through. By doing so, you demonstrated that true greatness requires more than skill. It requires grit and determination. You all know what it means to commit and to persevere. And you know what it means to count on teammates. During the course of a long season, sports teams become a family. You rely on each other. You develop relationships that will last a lifetime. And you make the people around you better in every way. And when you play, you inspire people across our nation. You remind all of us what can be achieved with hard work and ambition. And of course, none of you made it here alone. Today, you are surrounded by the people who stood by you every step of this journey, the folks who support you on and off the field, your friends, your family members, your coaches, your trainers, and teachers who for years have cheered you on. So today, again, let us give them a round of applause. And in conclusion, I say to our athletes, congratulations again on all you have accomplished, and good luck on all that is to come. Wherever you all go from here, you will always, and know this, you will always be champions, and we will always be so proud of you. And so now it is my honor to welcome to the stage Jordan Dudley, who plays on the Florida State University women's soccer team and our U20 women's national team. Please.
So my question to you guys, we're gonna stress it to Kamala Harris. Like I said, she's not nominated yet as the president. As the president to run against Donald Trump. She also had a lot of endorsers, especially for the Democrat Party, who has endorsed her as well-known names as in Bill and Hillary Clinton. I believe Barack Obama has endorsed her. I believe she raised $45 million. I think it's $25 or $45 million in a matter of less than 22 hours. So there's a lot of most of the Democrats are pointing her to be, go against Donald Trump and hopefully be elected, to be the presidential candidate for the United States as a Democrat. So my questions for you guys: do you believe Kamala Harris is the right candidate to run against Donald Trump?
No. Because remember, she had the same policy as Joe Biden, and as you can see, Joe Biden policy is not working too well for the United States. As you can see, inflation continuing to rise. Money, billions of dollars still go overseas to Ukraine. But you still have illegal immigrants flooding the city in Chicago, New York, California, Florida, all over, and even Texas. You continue to see businesses leaving the United States and going overseas. You need a strong candidate that's going to bring business that is overseas back into the United States to bring the economy back into flow. Like I told you, the only reason why Trump will win this election is because the simple fact is Trump's main focus is to build back the economy. The economy is what's hurting us right now. Mind you, we just did a commentary when it came to the aspect of the car insurance. Car insurance up by 12%. That's extremely high. That's telling you that the average American can't even afford their own car insurance. Kamala Harris is not going to be able to fix it. Like I said, and I keep stating it. What has she done even as vice president? She didn't do anything. Same as when it was Trump and Mike Pence. Pence didn't do anything. Trump is the guy for the job, and I think and not only that, but his vice president himself already know the business aspect of the United States and how businesses run. That's why they make a good candidate, and that's why I say they're going to go way far. Go ahead, Akeem.
Thank you, brother.
Oh yeah, good point. Just hear me out. She was in charge. People keep forgetting Kamala Harris was in charge of the border. I totally forgot about that. That's a fact. She was in charge of the border. Go ahead.
I'm
Go
going to
ahead,
say
Akeem.
what I said before. What are her policies? I don't care if she's Asian, black. I do not like her policies. There's nothing there that benefits me as a man in America. I don't know if Shiesty Bum understands that. Let's stop trying to weaponize race, class, or whatever that. Let's talk about what's the next 4 years going to look like that's going to benefit men. You worry about you being a woman, and if you want to inject race into that, you do that. I want to have a retirement. I want to have opportunity for jobs for my nephews, my nieces. I want to be able to open up a company. I want to pay less in taxes. I want to be able to travel the world. I want for people not to come here to mess up. You say, well, more women vote. Women can vote, but remember who create more of the resources. If you think that you have some of the billionaires and millionaires, when we go down to statistics, what's going to benefit them? You're going to speak about women's views. I appreciate that. I'm not a woman, so I don't know what you're going through. I can only speak for me as a man. I didn't thought she was the right person. I'd probably say Gavin Newsom was a little bit better. He's the only person I could think that remotely, and I was just even being gracious enough to mention him because he has run California to the pits. Jordan can speak on that.
Yeah, to the ground. He did.
I want something that's going to benefit homeowners, that's going to make it easier for us to buy homes. Gas. I'm telling you stuff that matters to people. You want to talk about race. You want to bring race. Race. Do you want me to paint myself yellow? Do you want me to paint myself tan brown? So we can say, or should I go to China and come back and give up my citizenship? So I can have a different opinion. I'm talking about as a man in America who wants to make money and take care of his family. I don't care about none of that other stuff.
So once when Joe Biden and Kamala Harris they won the election, Kamala she was yee hee yay hey and yeti yeti ha ha we won. Like you said, we did it, Joe. We did it, Joe. You're gonna be the president of the United States. After the first 3 years, Kamala, where you been at? Kamala, hello, Kamala, where you at? Where you at, Kamala? Nowhere in sight. We did not hear nothing from Kamala. All we didn't hear from her was being in the Oval Office. Didn't say no words until she started coming out, running for the president of the United States. We do not know. I agree with you 100%, 1,000%, Hakeem. We don't know what type of policies she's going to talk about. But the first thing she needs to do is how she's going to get the black man vote. I don't know how she's going to do it. I said it earlier. I'm saying it again. She needs to find a way to get the black man's vote. That's the first thing you need to find out. Because black men will not be voting for you. When I learned about what she did in California, I only been here for 5 years, but what I heard from, when she was here, she has locked out so many black men for small, not just for big charges, but small charges as well. I mean, locked them up, and locked them up. And here in California, it's like, for the man, it's like there's no way that a lot of these black men is going to vote for Kamala Harris. We don't, and to me, it's like, so I only been here for 5 years, but I really don't know what Kamala Harris did that would be happy that she did, that proud of her to be what she was representing here in California. So it's like Kamala Harris was put a set in the fire, and it's like, okay, Kamala, you in there? Okay, what's next? You have no history, especially in history of California, of what you've done. When I was talking to a few people about the situation of Kamala Harris, because a lot of people I work with, they've been in California most of their life. They really don't know about Kamala Harris like that. I talked to like 4 or 5 people. They don't know about Kamala Harris like that, what she done, to help our state of California. Go ahead, Hakeem.
Just hear me out. Just said she blocked exonerating evidence from a death row inmate. This is something that was published. She was in California.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
They can just hear me out.
Come on, just hear me out.
They can just hear me out.
Shiesty bum. Look at that. Shout out to Sophia Grace. Pretty brown, driving me wild.
Ooh, I found something too. So, give me 1 second.
Bring the farmers back. We don't need laboratory meat. Kid.
So yeah, it says that the prisoner rate for the African American race in the state of California was go by 2017, out of 100,000 people per people African American, it was when she was in representatives, it's the highest out of any other race. It was at for Black American men, it was at 4,236 people per 100,000 that she has put African Americans into imprisonment. And the second low, the second lowest number is Latino men, which is a whopping number of 422 per 100,000 men. So we're talking about Black American men at to be the highest. Well, she was there at 4,236 per 100,000 men, compared to Latinos, which is the second number, which is 422 per man, while Kamala Harris was in California. That is a big, huge, astounding number. Astounding number. So I don't know if the people when she do the debate with Donald Trump, or when she start having questions about what she's done with the past history as a Black man, she cannot ice skate uphill on that. She has to really pander her ass off to get the Black man's votes, or do some type of policy since you're vice president to tell Joe Biden to do, because you can get the Black men all you want, the Black women all you want, but the thing is, it's like that's not going to be enough to help you with president. Like I said, I don't know how you're going to get the Latinos. I don't know how you're going to get the Asians, because right now, Donald Trump, with the incident of the failed assassination plot against him, he has the upside right now, and you keep going higher and higher. And you guys heard Elon Musk. Elon Musk is investing $45 million a month to Trump's campaign. That's a whole lot of money. Whole lot of money. So yeah, for right now, like I said, we don't know what Kamala Harris is going to say. She has very, very little time. There's only 4 or 5 months left to the election. So, like I said, while here or out, absolutely. But the thing is, I don't know what her and also the Democrats are just going to come up to get votes, especially the Black man's votes, because, like I said, personally for me as a Black man, I think she's worse than Joe Biden. I don't know what you guys think, but I think she's worse than Joe Biden.
No, I don't say with this upcoming debate, you'll see it all. And I say I won't be surprised she stepped down too. I would say before the election. I think this is a ploy, and I think this is a laughable. I would say it's a laughable moment. That's why Trump is just laughing about it, because you already know, like, them two, they did the worst in America history, to me, to be honest. The worst. Them two, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, they did nothing for the American people at all. Yes. And I think that's what Trump gonna use in his debate, and that's what's gonna destroy him. Now, she may get the popular vote, but she's not gonna get the electoral vote, and that's a fact. She's not gonna get it. No.
Yeah. And we're gonna stick to kind of something with the politics, and after we move on. So this is still another topic of what the politics. So there was a public announcement. He believes that I don't know why he believes it. He believes Donald Trump is shaking in his boots at the thought of running against Kamala Harris. He says they know she will generate a lot of excitement from young people and people of color, which I disagree. We have the clip for you guys, so go ahead, play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up. So I definitely want you guys to hear this.
Unhappy people in America right now are Donald Trump, his campaign, and his supporters. They were salivating at the opportunity to run against 81-year-old Joe Biden. Joe Biden's a good man, but Joe Biden is incapable of communicating and making the case against Trump. Trump and his team knew that. They know Kamala Harris can make that case. And they also know that Kamala Harris is going to generate a lot of excitement from young people and people of color throughout this country who just were not really excited and maybe were thinking about staying at home in November. The Trump campaign is scared about this. They will not know how to handle this. And the other point I'd make is he's always going after people, but he's always had a difficult time attacking strong women. This will not be easy for him. Most unhappy people in America right now are Donald.
Oh, I want to say this. Oh, shout out to Survive Grace. Shout out to Survive Grace. She was funny. She said, I'm still voting blue, even if it's Blues Clues. Wow. Shout out to Survive Grace. But go back to you guys. Do you really believe that Donald Trump is really shaking his boost because Kamala Harris thinks he has the young crowd, she can get the young crowd's vote?
Nah. Shout out to No Chaser too, also in the building. No, it's, see, here's the thing. People keep saying the United States is racist, racist, racist. So if they're racist, they're not gonna vote a black woman in. That don't make any sense. You get what I'm saying, Hakeem and Jordan? If the United States is so racist, they're not gonna vote no black person into the White House. So it defeats the whole purpose. Plus, a black woman as that, even though she's not a black woman, but they label her as a black woman. And not only that, they say they're gonna persuade black voters. Her campaign gonna persuade black voters to go in there and vote. Hakeem, who's the majority of the people in the United States are?
White people.
There you go.
400, I think 333 million. We only
And
count for like
and not only that, who's the majority of the women they are in the United States? White women.
women. Yeah,
And majority of them are conservative.
very,
Case closed. That's what I'm saying.
very.
So they don't really need black votes. No offense. They really don't need black votes. So will
We
black
don't
vote
even
actually
matter.
make a difference?
No.
That's what I'm saying. Will they actually make a difference? Plus, when Jordan saying you got black men that's going on Trump's side,
Most of y'all
it's a
don't even
case closed
come out
argument.
to vote.
That's what I'm saying. They don't even go out and vote. I can't even when I go vote. Like literally, let's say when I do go vote for a presidential election, half of the people ain't gonna vote anyway.
No. You know,
And not only that, but the pros actually went up. They say criminals that are now allowed, some that are allowed to vote, say they're voting for Trump. That's criminals.
100%.
But go ahead, King, you'll take.
No, you're right. We noticed that here in Florida. So and I want to say this clearly. I'm gonna say this again till I'm blue in the face. And Sophia, I want you to hear me out. Sophia, what are Kamala's policies? Sophia, what policies benefits me as a man in America? Exclude me being this shade of black. Nobody's scared boots. You got to remember the swing states. Are women going to stick together on this one? We would hope so. You see, I just said something. You said this about. I'm asking about me. What policy is going to benefit me as a man? Also,
No, but
remember,
I'm being honest. She need to get the women's vote. That for her to win, she need to
yeah,
get
she is
women,
with her.
white
Yeah,
women, not black women, white
white
women to
women.
win.
Yeah. So, but also remember, those states, majority of the states, remember, are turning red, Sapphire.
Correct.
Majority counties are turning red, Sapphire.
They turn red.
There's black people and there's Asians there's who are used to be fundamentally Democrat and liberal. They're flipping red. So whatever we vote would not even matter. So you already, if you seen the RNC convention, it baby, y'all in trouble. So you know what I mean. So that's the thing. He said, what policies besides abortion for all, as she advocates, and advancement for women? Thank you, Shafaya. Hear what Just Hear Me Out says: advancement for women and abortion for all. And we like that she cares about y'all. What for men in America? What for white, Hispanic, Asian, Nawapians? What for those men? Do you think men are going to rally behind her and vote for her if she doesn't have a policies? Trump has some policies that benefits men. God, there's a lot of policies that he's talking that benefits men. That by de facto, a lot of us are going to benefit from. Even if you feel like, oh, he didn't make it for us, a lot of us is going to benefit. He's not making it for a particular person. He's making it for everybody who lives within these borders.
Sugar Mom say the states turn blue all the time. The last one they turned blue was for Biden, but Biden was a man. They're not gonna turn blue for a woman. That's not gonna happen.
She say
Look what happened with the Hillary Clinton and the Donald Trump.
That's what I tell you. She got the Hillary got the popular vote. Trump got the electoral vote. That's why I'm saying that America is not gonna vote a woman in. It's just not gonna happen. It's not the
So
day that happened. It's not gonna happen. That ain't no America. That's not gonna happen. Go ahead.
look what Just Hear Me Out says. No, I mean for women. Besides pro unlimited abortion, Harris has stated, or advancement for women even. Hear what he said. I didn't hear she mention anything for men. Anything for men. We don't need anything. He says election is going to decide by 6 states: Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Arizona, Georgia, and Florida. You forget Florida. Main
Exactly.
streets. Don't forget Florida. Don't forget Texas.
You can get California and New York. You get California and New York.
You get
They always
California and New
blue.
York.
Everybody already know that. But Georgia's going back to red. Everybody already saying Georgia's going back to red.
Red, yeah.
Come on.
So, and you already know Ohio ain't changing because they. That was trying to tell you that.
Nah,
That's not gonna. That was saying. That was saying. I'm just curious about Missouri. I'm just curious about the debate when it comes to him and Kamala. Now they talk about personal lives and this and that, and as it become another comedy show, Trump gonna win all day.
I want to state this.
Go ahead.
Sophia Sugar Bum. People are disgruntled on how the country been running.
Correct.
There's people who are suffering.
Yes.
Those people who are suffering are Democrats. They're flipping red.
Sophia says Trump is distancing himself from Project 2025 because it was lost to Republican women's votes.
But Trump stated that in a recent interview that his campaign don't have nothing to do with Project 25. That's just a rumor.
Oh, Jesus. Thank you,
Romy. He said on a recent interview, he said, we don't have nothing to do with Project 25. That's just a rumor that somebody just created from fake media. Go ahead.
If that was the case, why he didn't do it in his first term? That's the thing.
That case closed. No, I think it doesn't make sense.
Project 25 was what just has been. It's been out since I was looking at it. It's been out since the Ronald Reagan era.
One word: fear mongering.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Fear mongering. You let these people.
And the thing is, it's the Democrats who keeps putting up Project 2025. Tell me somebody on the Republican side talks about 2025 or has talked about 2025 since the Republicans has been up, since Donald Trump has been presidency. It only came up when the Democrats brought it up and everything. And the thing is, and that's what the Democrats love to do when they lose it and they can't even get the vote. And they lose it, they fear monger black people. Mostly are black women, and that's why I'm sick of. And I'm sick and tired of Democrats fear-mongering our black community, especially our black women. And I'm tired of it. That's why I'm not a Republican, nor I'm a Democrat. I'm an independent voter. Give me a policy that's gonna work for me, benefits me as a black man or my black family. Period.
No, not only that, but the country itself. The country right now is in shambles. You got the housing market right now where people can't even afford to get a house. You got people that live in Miami moving up to other states to try to find a place to live. Go ahead.
Sophia, do you want to come up here? We'll talk to you. You want to come up?
Hey, Sophia, you want me to drop the link, baby? She said for the love. She talking about what? I'll drop the link.
Yeah, drop the link. Just hear me out. I'll be busy. You want to come out here? We can talk too.
Come on.
We got 30 minutes left.
We got 30 minutes left.
We can battle.
Yeah, but the Project 25 is all a hoax. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's a hoax to get people in fear, and then that's what it is, man. People walk in fear, and I would say that's what it's gonna be the demise of the country. The country can't come together. I say, how can a country stand? We just can't come together for once.
Right.
They say, okay, this is for the American people. This is how we're supposed to better the American people. Don't worry about other states. Don't worry about other countries. Worry about what's going on in America.
She said, "No."
That's why we want you up here.
Come on.
This is why we want you up here. If you passionate, this is a passionate show. We want to see your passion. Just watch your language and come up here and show your passion. Bring this passion to Chaos Culture Radio.
Yeah, of course, Mean Street. You remember, at the end of the day, it's all politics. Yeah, 1 minute Trump was pro-choice. Now he's pro-life. That's how it is. That was it. When you understand the political game, you understand how it goes. All this is a political game. It's about money, money, power, and respect. That's what it's all about.
Spyglass say he in Project 2025, he says he read it 20 times, read it. And then Judge Meow said Project 2025 is an outline to make the government more conservative versus the sorry, bureaucratic machine it has become. I don't understand the controversy. It said, and Safari said Gender Wars was designed for this moment. I'm going to watch child support. I'm going to support.
And you know why I'm laughing at Hakeem? Because all the women that be in the chat talking about, oh, I'm going for Kamala Harris. Those are the same people that are gonna go and vote for Trump.
Basically.
You already know it. That's why I say. That's why I be laughing. It be the same people. Oh,
Hey,
I'm blue, and then they gonna end up voting for Trump.
It's a fire. Kamala Harris is not black. She's Asian. Let's get just to correct that.
Yeah.
She is Asian though. She is Asian. I didn't want to say it, but she is Asian. They using that. Remember,
Indian. Yeah, she's.
but remember, the Democrat had to talk. They had to put black there so they could get black votes. That's why they say black.
Mm-hmm.
It's to get the vote. Is to get the vote of the people. But I know we also got a clip with Charleston White. I don't know you want to play that clip, but get the one that's blurred out because these guys got a foul mouth.
Okay, hold on. Maybe let's find the right one. See if it's the right one. 1 second.
There's one with him. They beep it out. I think she said it on Instagram. No, but it was on the shade room. I think it blurred it out. Let's play that clip.
Yeah. Yeah, Kamala Harris' mother is from India. Chennai, India, 1933.
I can't take the one Charlie Survive because all kinfolk is not kinfolk.
All skinfolk and kinfolk. That one drop rule don't apply now.
Right.
That does not apply.
It don't apply. If you a Sambo or you a coon or you a bed wench, nah. If you don't part with the black culture like that, nah. I don't. That one drop rule. Nah. Especially if you don't rock with it, no. Especially when she the past history she's done with black men, nope.
Her father's not black. He's Jamaican.
Yes.
He was born in Jamaica.
Yes.
Mr. Harris was born in Jamaica. Go look it up.
Her pappy Jamaican.
She's blazing.
Main Street said
yeah, but they say you're Blackanese, Black Asian. That's what she is. She Blackanese.
I get it, but she's not for the black culture. I'm sorry. She's not.
All that does not matter.
They don't mean anything.
All that. I'm asking, is she really black? She's married to a white guy.
Exactly.
But you know that sometimes about Hakeem, you know that don't really matter nowadays.
That don't really matter. But I'm asking, by definition, pro-black means you married to black people, right?
Are you Jamaican or are you a black American?
People need to understand when somebody say black American, that's an identity. A lot of us don't apply. I can't say that.
When I say I'm black American, I have my mother to my grandmother to my great grandmother. I was born when my great grandmother was alive. From Alabama. She's from Alabama. On my father's side, my grandmother, on their side, they're from Mississippi. I could go generations and generations. I could go 5 generations on my mother's side. I only go maybe 2 generations on my father's side. And when it comes to Kamala Harris, she can't jump into generations like that. So she will have a history of being in a black culture, a black American. I'm just saying it like that. So I don't view Kamala Harris as being a black American. And the thing is, it's like, and it's getting crazy how we're saying that she's black. Her skin is black, cool. But the thing is, it's like look how she done, how she moves. Just look at how she moves. She doesn't move like a black American. She said, I'm permanently West Indian, West African. I'm black. West Africa. What part of West Africa?
Oh, you primarily West Indian, West African. But okay, I didn't know
I
that
didn't know
about
that.
you.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's
So,
nice.
Just
so,
a
so,
West Indian.
so,
Hmm.
so you're not African American.
Right.
Okay, Sophia.
Okay, it's good to know.
No, but they say there's no such thing as African American because you got to be from Africa to be African American.
That's why I'm saying. That's why I
Yo,
like.
yo, you are Jordan. You are an American.
Yeah, I'm an American. My family has been here for
Absolutely.
years and years, for generations and generations. They all been American. I just want to clear that up.
She said, look, a 60-year-old Mayor Willie Brown ain't going to just sleep with any 29-year-old county ADA. She must be special.
Yeah, but I'm saying like that was it. That's just what it is. Now, as we get closer to the debate, I think everybody's gonna tune in and then everybody gonna see what she's pretty much what's her stand, what's her policy. But I think her policy is like Joe Biden policy. They have the same policy. And I don't know. Do you have the sign about when Trump actually talks about Trump by Joe Biden stepping down? I don't know. Do you have that sign about Hakeem?
I think I have. Let me see if I have a clip.
About Donald Trump stating that and also we can also play the clip with Vin crying about Joe Biden stepping down as well.
Yeah, play that part. Play the Ben Jones, Ben Jones. I can't play that one. Yeah.
Play the one with Vin then first, then we'll play with the one with Trump,
All
and
right.
then we'll close out the show. Yeah, Vin being emotional about his buddy Joe. But I used to.
People who
There
are
you go,
pushing for this
Vin.
to happen. It's kind of like when your grandpa, you got to take the keys, and everybody, you got to take his keys, you got to take his keys, you got to, and he's fighting and everybody's so frustrated, and then you finally get the keys back, and then you just cry, because this is somebody that you love, this is somebody that you care about, this is somebody who was there for you, this is somebody you wouldn't be here without him, and you have to take something from him. Now, this is not, look, this politics is politics, but this is a human moment. Even people who are pushing for this huge moment for him, for his family, for all of us who love him, for all of us who wanted him to get across the finish line. But if you're a young person watching this, this is leadership. This is patriotism. This is what it means to put the country first and put the party first and put the cause first. When your arm gets tired, you let somebody else finish pitching the game. That's what Joe Biden has done, and he's done that for all of us. And so I just want to say, I don't know who's going to be the VP, the non-VP. I don't know anything about politics. Huge moment for him, for his family, for all of us who love him.
And what's the next one?
For all of us who wanted him to get across the finish line. But if you're a young
I
person,
think Trump coming.
this is leadership. This is patriotism. This is what.
Go ahead. You guys thoughts on Vin being emotional by about Joe Biden.
I can't. I just send it to you. It's from the NBC one. I just sent it to you. NBC News.
Vin said, just hit me out. Vin said it is leadership because he's able to step down and to show you that Joe is a true patriarchy.
A phone call that our own Garrett Haake had with former President Donald Trump. He told Garrett Joe Biden is the worst president in the history of the United States by far. There has never been a president who has done such damage to our country, from energy independence to letting in millions and millions of illegal immigrants. Again, this is Donald Trump speaking to Garrett Haake. We'll fix what he has done, he said. And when Garrett asked him if he was surprised by the announcement that Joe Biden would be stepping aside in this campaign, he said he should should have never been there in the first place. He should have stayed in his basement. This comes on top of quite a bit of reporting. You heard of Joe Scarborough a moment ago talking about the fear that the Trump world might have on a disrupted ticket, but also Tim Alberta's reporting that the Trump campaign had one opponent in mind, had strategized against one opponent, had one campaign against one opponent, and that opponent was Joe Biden. They weren't preparing for anybody else. And now they've got someone else. Mike, tell me about what happened at the White House today. Any conversations between the president and the vice president?
I'm told from a source familiar with the matter, Katie, that the president did speak with Vice President Harris today ahead of his announcement of his decision to step aside to no longer seek a second term as president of the United States. This came within moments of what we saw, obviously, unfurling the letter first from the president, making that decision public, and then second, a tweet announcing that he was indeed supporting the vice president for this seat now. And this is really a remarkable development at a time when President Biden's every impulse over the last 3+ weeks since that debate in Atlanta has been to fight. He had strived to this office of the presidency for most of his adult life. He entered the Senate in 1973, more than 51 years ago. This was something he had sought multiple times, 1988, 2008, thought about running in 2016, and then, of course, ran successfully in 2020. And as one longtime Biden advisor had put it to me throughout our conversations over the course of the past few years, once you're in this office, you don't just walk away.
Hold on a minute.
Okay.
Yo, what's good?
Yeah, it just froze. There you go.
Oh no, that's the assassination. I think that was it, Hakeem.
Oh, that was okay.
Yeah, that was it. He just had a statement. He didn't come out yet. He just had a statement about it.
So
Go ahead, Jordan.
Male pride.
I'm sorry, I had to sneeze.
Just to me, I'd say voters were 70% against Biden's second term in 2022. Facts. Because IU was running the country.
Also,
yes, go ahead, Jordan.
I had another clip. Play the I don't know how Candace Owens got this to, but play the Candace Owens. She believes she stuck her. Kamala Harris stuck her way to the top. I want you guys to react to that. So go ahead, play the clip. I clean after that. We'll chop it up.
Starting to see articles creep out, and they seem like attacks on Kamala. Again, if we can go into our time machine and go back to 2020, well, every time that someone tried to interject the truth about Kamala, which is that she slept her way to the top, it's a fact. She was with some 6-year-old man, got her start in the political career, and they would go, oh my gosh, how dare you say this? That's so sexist. Well, then suddenly on July 6th, the Daily Mail actually published a headline about the fact that Kamala Harris was, thoughting through life. And they basically said she got her political start, her political upstart, because she was dating this guy, Willie, can't think of his last name right now. And he was married and he was in his 60s, and Kamala Harris was just a spring chicken. And that is how she entered the political scene. So she was not somebody who was a part of their ecosystem, but they tapped her in 2020 because they were like, oh, like the thing that we always say is that, because I'm starting to see articles creep out, that we always say is that, look at the Republican Party, it's so white and there's no diversity. And how are we going to be able to say that if we're running Joe Biden, who has been extraordinarily wealthy his entire life and whose son is becoming extraordinarily wealthy while smoking crack simply because he's doing dirty deals in Ukraine? So what are we going to do? We're going to hire Kamala Harris. We're going to select Kamala Harris to be the vice president. And he's the only person I can think of. And then we can sell. I know that when she was sworn into Congress, she was talking about how she's an Indian, but we'll just sell the people, like, forget the Indian side. Like, now she's back to black. And the streets are talking, ha, 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 ha. And that's what they did. So that is the only reason that Kamala Harris, they literally did not have another person that they felt could be the vice president and allow them to use the isms. You don't like her, you're a sexist. You don't think that she's amazing, you're a misogynist, deep-seated misogyny. You don't want this ticket to win. Is it because Kamala Harris is black? Kinda. I feel like it is. It's because you're a racist. So they just needed her to do the thing that we always say is that look at the Republican Party, it's so white and there's no diversity. And how are we going to be able to say that if we're running Joe Biden, who has been extraordinarily wealthy his entire life and whose son is becoming extraordinarily wealthy while smoking crack simply because he's doing dirty deals in Ukraine? So what are we going to do? We're gonna hire Kamala Harris.
There you go. Savai says, I don't care. I just want a strong blue ticket for the win. Savai, there's no strong. I'm sorry, there's no really strong blue candidate out there that we like.
You need to answer, Sophia. You need to answer what Candace just said. Haven't I been screaming it this whole podcast?
Yeah.
It is disrespectful for her to even run as that. No, you Indian girl. I don't got nothing else to say. She spoke for me. Candace spoke for me.
No, but we still gotta be clear because Candace did say something that was very foul too. She slept her way to the top. How can you verify that though?
Yeah, exactly. That part,
I don't know nothing about that. But
I can't go too far.
That's in the rumor mill. We're not going to speak on our beloved vice president and be unburdened by what we have been.
But yeah, when she said that she slept her way to the top, I'm like, dog, Candace, how do you know that information? You know what I'm saying? Like that type of information not supposed to be leaked.
I think Candace always saying that to go viral, to get her go viral moment. Because I think Candace sometimes likes to say some things that gotta go viral, say some type of viral things. That's all. That's what I believe.
Yeah, because man, Candace, you tripping on that one because remember you talking about you talking about someone that could probably be your president, so you know if she win, but that's why I was stating that too. I say, look, Candace always a prime example of how a lot of black women ain't gonna stand for Kamala Harris. The sister, like Hakeem say, the sisterhood is broken. They're not gonna stand together.
And the thing is, I had a question about this, and I want to say to the sisterhood here, there are some black women who would say, if you don't vote for Kamala Harris, you are a misogynist. This is why we have this gender wars between black men and black women because you don't vote for Kamala Harris, you're a misogynist. You don't like black women, well, she's not black. They'll say all type of things and try to ridicule the black man in order to get us to vote for Kamala Harris. They can do all those type of things. They can shame us, guilt us, whatever. But there's no way we're going to vote for Kamala Harris unless she has a policy for black people in general, or unless she do something right now, as Joe Biden said, president, she do something right now to make us even feel good or even think about getting our vote for her as a president of the United States. But she has to be nominated first in order to be elected to run the United States of America and to win.
You guys already know. Any final thoughts as we get ready to close out? Hakeem Jordan, nope. So that means so you already know. For that being said, guys, make sure on your way out, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, special shout out to Just Hit Me Out, who also is the sponsor of today's show. We really do greatly appreciate you, Just Hit Me Out. And for not only that, but super chatting us because now we have the super chat icon. We're back in there, so super chat icons. Shout out to everybody that do come over here and support the platform. We really do greatly appreciate. Shout out to the lovely Sophia Grace for being in the building. The lovely Bobby Bryan, the lovely Sherry Bryan.
I know she was all out, but we still love. We still got love. I still got love.
Yeah, we still, and all that we still send love. We still send love and prayer over the sky as well. That everything goes well, and also with his surgery, and also on Gorilla too, because I can't say he lost. Probably he lost someone dear to him. So we see our love and prayer over there to him as well. Shout out to Mean Street. Mean Street, we really do greatly appreciate. We really do greatly appreciate you, Mean Street, for being here, man. Hope to see you more often. You know, we love your deep dive. We really do greatly appreciate that. Shout out to Killer Swag for also being in the building. No Chaser. I already say just hit me out. Nightish was also in the building. Shout out to Night. Night is one of the hardest hardworking man on YouTube, man. I swear he He never stopped working, man. Shout out to Kendall. The Mallfather was also in the building. Shout out to Urban North Fresh Sound was also in the building. Really do greatly appreciate it. Shout out to Natasha Vincent, the mother. Even though she's not here, we know she's gonna go back and watch the playback. So that's why we're getting her a special shout out. Shout out to those that's also watching on Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. We really do greatly appreciate you guys. Also, guys, it's also very important that Chaos Culture Radio now we have membership as well, and so you could come over here and become a member as well. So that's something that Hakeem been working on in the back. So now at Chaos Culture Radio we do have our membership. So you guys come over here and become a member. And now that Ashton Williams, shout out to you, big dog. Let us know you're going live. Drop the link in the channel. So guys, make sure you go over there and subscribe to Ashton Williams, aka the creator of the Shiesty Avengers. Normally go live about 7:30 Central Time, 8:30 Eastern Time. So guys, make sure you go over there and support.
Jordan, he said he needs you to come through.
I need ya.
I'll be there. I'll be there. Only be there for a little bit because I gotta go to bed at 7:30 Pacific time. So I gotta work tonight. But I'll be there for a little bit. You got me. I'll be there.
Yeah, but guys, like I was saying before, we do have our membership. So guys, go ahead, become a member, support the platform because we're gonna give things. We pretty much gonna give right back to the platform.
Yeah,
You know, there's stuff that we're trying to get. Me and Hakeem and Jordan, one of our dreams is to get a studio.
Yeah.
In Miami and also in California, so we can fly in and out because Jordan's in California, so we can fly in and out. Do work with Jordan over there and do work in Miami as well. So that's our goal. Akeem, I don't know if you see Ashton comment.
He said, please slide through to argue Sophia on the points and policies. She ain't ready for it.
Well, we're actually gonna do a political night.
If you do a political night, if it's a political night, we'll be there.
Right.
Whoa!
We love you.
Oh, she became a member. Nice.
Whoa!
Our first membership. We love you. We gonna break down more of the membership game, but we appreciate you, Sophia. We'll come to the membership. We're gonna have a lot of exclusive stuff for you guys. But thank you.
Sophia, I'm coming to Tampa, baby.
Yeah, yeah.
And
not only that, but our live stream will be on the membership icon too. Cause we normally break down the clips, but the long live stream will be on the membership icon only. So you guys, so I know a lot of you guys will be like, we don't see your live stream because it'll be on the membership icon. So you guys become a member if you want to go and review and stuff like that. I got to become a member too, Hakeem. I'm on support too. I'm gonna become a member probably when we end the show and become a member as well.
Yeah. Sophia, what's your ring size, baby?
Listen, people love chaos. People love chaos, big dog.
It's not a wedding, it's a promise ring. I don't know if you're ready for I'm just gonna promise to love you. The wedding ring, I'm coming to Tampa now, baby.
Yes, and also we're gonna be and not only that, but we're also gonna be working on the emojis too. Chaos Culture Radio emojis and stuff like that. And also so all that stuff we're gonna be working on. Or we're gonna be working on that this week. So we'll have Jordan will have his emoji, I have my emoji, Hakeem will have his emoji, and of course Chaos will have his emoji as well.
Yep.
So there's a lot coming. We got a lot of things in the works, more shirts, t-shirts are coming. We already talked to Hakeem, we got jackets coming. We get close to the winter time. We're about to really get busy. Like Chaos, this is just the beginning, guys. Y'all don't understand. This is just the beginning. And now that guys also go ahead, Hakeem, you gonna say something?
Let them know. And Sophia, hear me out. Sophia, if there's any topics you want us to talk about, anything you want us to touch on, you got our information, DM us, we'll talk about it. Sophia, I need to tell you that you hit us, you let us know what you want, we'll make a video, whatever you want us to make.
Yep.
Yeah, and also we all gonna do exclusive content. Exclusive content will also be on members only. That way, Jordan probably in LA doing things, Hakeem in Miami doing his thing, me doing my thing. So it won't be live; it will be on the members only. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I was saying, be a little more personal with you guys. Get a little bit of personal. See what we do outside.
We'll do an introduction to us.
Yes.
Who are, where we from.
Shout out to my wife.
Yo, shout out to your wife for the donation.
I love you, baby. I love you. I love you. Love you, baby.
ATL in the building. Atlanta. Not Atlanta, California.
And she got some New York in there too. She got some Brooklyn in there too.
Brooklyn.
Coney Island, baby. She don't like to claim it, but she got some New York in her. I love it.
And then not only that, but also go to and not only that, also go to Cal Culture Radio Community Town. In the community town, is the Cal Culture Radio teacher where we have on. Pretty soon we'll be able to put the link when we go live, so y'all can actually click the link.
Yeah,
We're gonna set that up as well, so you guys don't have to go to Cal Culture Radio Community Town, but we'll put that too as well. So we got, obviously we got a lot of things coming, but we also got but that being said, we do got the Cal Culture Radio t-shirt. Me and Jordan have on the Cal Culture Radio hat, and also the Cal Culture Radio coffee mug, and the Prince Hakeem book, Black Love. Come over here, support the platform. Our goal is to get 1 million subscribers. We're not gonna stop until we get 1 million subscribers.
Million
That's our goal.
subscribers.
We're not gonna
listen,
stop.
if one of us drop, y'all niggas still better go get that million. Y'all better still, cause I'll hunt every one of you niggas.
Yeah, that was it. Oh, y'all, on Safari's from Queen. She is from Queen, New York.
Queens, baby.
Yeah, but I would say KR Culture Radio, we trying to be the biggest thing on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So that was like, just keep grinding, keep working. Like Ashton doing his thing too. Ashton's grinding, broken. He's monetized as well. So don't say just keep grinding.
We need you to be next, baby. We need you to be next. We trying to get you there, baby, so we can all break bread. And for the oppositions, we not mentioning your name. We're coming for your spot. We're coming. I'm just saying. Listen, we're coming, and we're coming.
I can't lie. We're coming.
We're coming.
We just scratched the surface. We just about to enter now. Chaos Culture Radio. We're gonna cause some chaos in these YouTube streets, but in a good way.
Yep, we got content on Instagram. We got content on Reddit. We got content on TikTok. Content on Snapchat. We got content Spotify, Apple. We got content everywhere. So guys, like I said, chaos is gonna be the biggest thing.
You said I signed up for monetization. I hit it last week. Shout outs to you, my dude.
Yeah.
Sure.
Shout out to you. I'm saying, like, just keep your content clean. Don't try to be in the red too much.
Yeah.
Do your thing and win.
I was scared to do it. Don't be scared, baby.
You earned it.
You earned it, man. We all earned it. I'm asking for a lot of y'all don't know. This is 6 years in the making. 6 years.
Yeah.
And it's showing.
So we just want to galvanize, and the biggest thing you can do is share the live to people, share the videos to people. Hey, this is something you might want to talk. This is kids friendly. We're gonna have content. Cador, you know what I mean? It's respect here, and we're gonna try to make content that resonates to people.
Facts. That being said, thank you for tuning in to Culture Radio.